My name is Sharwin Patil. I'm from San Ramon, California, and I'm studying computer engineering at UCD with NUin Ireland. Initially, NUin was not on my radar at all, and even after accepting to go to Ireland for my first semester of college, it really only hit me as soon as I arrived here in Dublin. I've been to many European countries, including Britain, which is similar to Ireland in terms of the urban landscape. Although somewhat familiar with the European social mores, such as driving on the left side of the road, using the metric system, and having British or Irish accents, I was still surprised by the differences when I started my education here. I was pleasantly surprised by the kindness of the Irish people in general. During our first week registering for clubs, I met many students who greeted us and told us a little about events and activities going on around campus which we could join to help our networking skills. I was incredibly excited to find out about the club water polo team here at UCD that would allow me to continue a passion I've had for most of my life. At the first club training, I met some really friendly people who were really intrigued by the NUin program. It was such a surprise to them to be studying abroad for the first semester of college, and it was at that moment when I realized I'm doing something that most students don't get to experience in their lifetimes. As a group, we traveled to fantastic locations around the Irish landscape, while as an individual we discovered the Irish culture. Eating at Johnny Fox's while enjoying live music showed me the true energy of the Irish nightlife. From touring the Jeannie Johnston ship to learning about its historical significance in our class, Irish Presence in America, I learned more about the history of Ireland in a few weeks than I have ever had in my life. When my mother visited, I realized that I had settled down and understood the city well enough to take my mom all around Dublin. As a result of my cultural agility, not only did I learn about the Irish culture, but also a lot about the Chinese culture. Two of my roommates are from China, and from them I've gained a new perspective on what it means to be an international student. I've learned how to speak some basic Chinese, cook using traditional Chinese ingredients, as well as how to use chopsticks properly to eat a plethora of foods. The international student experience is common to all of us, and it's that experience which brings us closer even though our perspective on the world is so different. Learning to cook on my own was a slight struggle at first, especially after the fire alarm had discouraged us from being too adventurous with our meals. Over time, we learned how to properly cook meals that wouldn't set off the fire alarm, and would actually taste good. With some planning, I was able to stay in touch with my own culture by cooking some Indian food which I had brought with me. I had also brought some of my favorite Indian snacks whenever I'm craving the taste of home. These are just a handful of the experiences that made my stay at UCD a special one. I will never forget the look of surprise on the faces of my friends and strangers when I told them I was studying abroad for my first semester of college ever. Their surprisement serves as a reminder as what an amazing opportunity I have. My time here in Ireland has been incredibly eye-opening to the new culture and to the college life. I'm grateful that this was the beginning of my college experience.